This is my Honda ST50. It's from 1976. I bought it a couple of months ago. I've been driving it a bit. Runs well, but the throttle response is not as desired. Full throttle runs fine, idle fine, but in the mid-range it bogs down. So if I give it some beans and put it full throttle, it bogs down. So in the mid-range there's something not quite right there. I'm suspecting jetting in the carburetor, or possibly the needle position here in the slider. Right now the engine is cold, so I'm going to remove the spark plug and look for the color of the spark plugs to see if its mixture is all right. Based on that, let's decide what to do afterwards. We want to take it for a ride so I can show you what's wrong. Right now it's raining outside, but it might clear up in a minute. But first of all, let's see the spark plug and the color of that. It's a 16mm for this small spark plug here. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's black. So it's overfueling, which it's a bit of a surprise because I bought some other jets for it and they are bigger. So I'm not going to use these. Yeah, this is an overfueling issue. Before dismantling the carburetor, we're just going to start it up and let you hear it. It runs really well. Let's try with the choke on. Try with the choke off then. It's overfueling. Yeah, definitely. Let's open the carburetor and look at the jets, see what we can do. You can drain the carburetor quite easily on these. There's just a small valve you have to open up here. So now it drains the float bowl. That's odd. I was expecting a whole lot more fuel to come out of that float bowl. I don't need to remove the carburetor. I can just kind of rotate it and get to the screws and the float bowl. There's absolutely no fuel in the float bowl, so I'm gonna change my approach here. I'm gonna remove the carburetor and I'll see you on the bench in a second. The first thing I would like to do is check the float height. I can't really check it because the inlet's inside the float bowl, but I can see, I would like to blow inside it and see when it closes, but what I can see here is the valve itself. So this is fully down and this is up, and here it makes contact. You can see the valve in there. So the float height is definitely not too low, and that's not the main culprit here. Let's see, this jet is very difficult to see. I'm gonna take a picture of it and insert it in the video. Okay, new approach. I just realized I'm an idiot because I'm not used to this kind of a moped. It clearly says here open on the choke, and now it's open. Now it's closed. I thought it was the other way around. I think I may have been riding the bike with the choke fully closed, making it starve for fuel.
that would definitely explain why the spark plug is black. I think I would like to put the bike back together again and take it for a ride, now knowing how the choke operates. Let's do that, take it for a ride and see how it behaves, if it behaves badly with the choke closed or the choke open. Yeah, let's try that.
I just checked the slider position. It's in the middle position. It's just something to keep in mind. Okay, it's fully put together. I've tightened up the Jubilee clamp by the airbox to make sure we don't have any leaks anywhere. So the fuel's on, key is on, the choke is now fully open. would expect it to bog down with a fully open choke. I think we need to take it for a ride to see if there's any improvement. I don't expect there to be because I didn't do anything.
Okay, the engine's now up to temperature, and if I feather the throttle, runs good, no problems. But if I give it the beans, bogs down.
I've had a cup of coffee and a bit of a think about the approach forward here. The spark plugs does not indicate a lean condition as I initially was suspecting. It indicates a rich condition. I don't have a smaller jet. The current one is 55. I do have a 60. So even though it's pointing towards a rich condition, I think I'm just going to try to fit the 60 jet and see if it makes it a whole lot worse, because it's so easy to change the jet here. I'm just going to do it and see what kind of effect it has on the engine. So I'm changing out the main jet. This time the float bowl, there's a whole lot more fuel in it. I simply don't know why it was empty before. It's been parked for about 2 weeks, but there's no visible leak under it, so I don't think it's leaking. It shouldn't be evaporating. So I'm not sure why. Changing out the jets should be a 5-minute job, but the new jets that I purchased were delivered sandwiched between two pieces of tape, so that took some brute force to open that up. So now it's not a 5-minute job, now it's a 10-minute job. And if you lose one of your screws, it's a 15-minute job, which I seem to have done. I think it's slightly better. I think it's slightly better. I'm gonna shut off the camera and go to the 65 jet just to see if that makes a difference. Right, see you in a second. Okay, the new jet is in. It is a 64 jet. And I think I forgot to tighten the Jubilee clip again. But the fuel is open, choke is closed. Ignition is on. Oh, yeah. Choke was closed. Now it's open. Definitely improving. Definitely improving. Just turning up the idle a little bit. playing around with the idle mixture screw now. I would say it runs pretty nice here. Let's take it for a ride.